Welcome to the future.
Future thinking, forward music from the electronic side.
Awakening your ears with the best of electronic music.
The future side.
I give nobody the right to water down our song.
Marianne Hobbs on Radio 1.
So you know say you are Radio 1 goddess. Whoa!
Finest in the electronic underground.
Wednesday night into Thursday morning.
2 to 4 a.m.
The future sound of electronic music.
First off, I want to thank you for listening. Enjoy.
3, 2, 1.
The show contains bad language and extreme content. If you don't like that, turn off now.
Building the beat for Marianne Hobbs on BBC Radio 1.
Pure Fire from Starkey, the world-exclusive first play of the track Fidelio from the brand new album Eardrums and Black Holes.
This is BBC Radio 1, and you're listening to the real Queen of England, Miss Marianne Hobbs.
So it's Marianne Hobbs. This is BBC Radio 1 Experimental. And you know what? It's going to be a beautiful night. I can already feel the magic in the air. We are all the way live up at the BBC's legendary Maida Vale studios with producer Starkey, who's flown in all the way from Philadelphia to be here with us tonight. We got percussionist Rez up in the place and singer Annika too for our first major special of 2010, Building the Beat. What Starkey's going to do is this. He is going to build a brand new tune from scratch over the 2-hour duration of the show, using samples that we've gathered from Radio 1 presenters, from producers, from DJs, and of course, from you mob. And I tell you what, I'm going to roll out some of the best bits from those sample banks on the show tonight so that you can hear them for yourself. And of course, I had a little chat with Starkey and the crew just before we put them to work at the stroke of 2 o'clock. And that's coming up right after Joy Orbison. This boy, one of the brightest young stars that we played first on this show in 2009. This track is brand new and exclusive to us tonight. A B-side from the new EP, The Shrew Would Have Cushioned the Blow. It's due out very shortly on the Oz Music label. This track is titled So Derobe. This is it then, Starkey. One brand new tune from scratch within the space of 2 hours. How are you feeling? How's your blood pressure?
I'm hoping this actually works. No, it'll be good. It'll be good.
You've flown all the way from Philadelphia to be here tonight. This is a pretty big mission. It's a pretty serious endeavor for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I mean, I was obviously flattered that you asked me to do it, and now that we're here, we're all in the room together. I think I'm excited about it.
How do you prepare for a job like this?
I just kind of cut up all the stuff that we got, and I just loaded it up, and I'm just ready to go. I've listened to the stuff, and I'm hoping that I can figure out a way of making it all seem like it's coming from the same place, the same planet, I guess.
Do you think this is one of the toughest challenges you've ever faced as a producer?
Hands down. Yeah, this is like, normally you're not a little nervous going into some kind of session, but this is like, well, the nerves are going a little bit.
I mean, obviously you're a pretty steady man as well. We know that you teach music. Have you got a plan of any kind? I mean, how are you going to attack this as a producer?
Well, I've got an idea with some of the samples where they can work in the song, and I'm basically just going to start with some kind of basic percussive loop and build some kind of chord progression or melodic idea from that, and then hopefully pass that along so that Annika and Rezo can start brainstorming on what to do with that music, and hopefully that'll become either like the verse or the chorus of the song, and then work from there. Realistically, once we'll all be in the studio together doing this, and hopefully all of our ideas will come together.
We've had heaps and heaps of samples in from the Radio 1 presenters, from the listeners, from other producers and MCs. Obviously, as you just said, you're going to try and work some of them into the track. Anything that's really, really grabbed you?
Oh yeah, there's some really good like droney sounds that were just a bit bizarre that people sent in that have a lot of percussive elements. Some of the, more comical things, I have ideas of how to use them that aren't very comical, like the laughing sample.
Oh, Elaine Page laughing.
It's like, I'm going to use it, but I don't think you'll notice that she's laughing. I'm going to micro sample it, cut just little pieces of the sample and use that. Yeah, that's how I'm going to use a lot of things, because you can't just have spoken word and drones. That just doesn't work as a song. So, that's pretty much most of the stuff that we got is either some long drone or somebody talking or laughing or something like that. So I got to figure out ways of using that material so that it's very musical.
So is it realistic to think that we're going to have a tune that Chris Moyles can play to 11 million people on The Breakfast Show tomorrow morning? Or is that just a pipe dream?
That's the goal.
Wow. You have handpicked the team tonight. We got Rezo with us on percussion. Why did you choose him?
Rezo is a great producer, and I know his background is in percussion, and I think that's one element, that live percussion element could really enhance the track, and he could be thinking of things to liven up the music that I might not be noticing or hearing at the time. So yeah, having that element in there is great, and also his production knowledge is fantastic. So having him in the studio helping me out with ideas and oh, yo, mate, that sounds great, put that here, that kind of idea, that's why I asked him to do it.
Rezo, you are a giant of a man in structure, and I'm delighted to have a man so large, just in case Starkey passes out. I mean, you are capable of catching him, I suppose.
That's true. I'm fully prepared to take him to the first aid room in case he does have a little moment halfway through.
Yeah, and what are you going to be bringing in terms of percussion to this track tonight, do you think?
I don't know, I'm just going to sort of see how it goes. I've got like an array of shakers and all sorts of crazy stuff. Like percussion and drums are my bread and butter. So I'm just literally going to see what Starkey comes up with and then try and hopefully add to it and just try and make it sort of better, hopefully not worse.
Starkey, you've chosen Annika as well. She's come all the way up from Brighton to contribute some beautiful vocals to this track tonight.
Yeah.
Why her specifically?
Well, she did a track with me for my album, my forthcoming album on Planet Mu called Stars, and I was blown away by just the demo that she sent back, and it was relatively quick as well. And working with vocalists, sometimes things come in very quickly, sometimes things very slowly, sometimes never at all. And it was exciting that she sent back this demo that was just unbelievable. And since then we started working on another tune, and I just thought it would be great to have her in. Her voice is it's beautiful, and I think that she would be up for the challenge.
Annika, how are you feeling about this tonight? Improvisation right on the spot up at Maida Vale.
Yeah, quite excited, but also pretty nervous. I think it's the same as Rezo and Starkey, really. I think it'll be fine as long as we've got a structure down and get the loops going. I think I'll be able to hum something along and then hopefully sing something too.
Have you ever worked under this kind of pressure before? I mean, 2 hours, it's absolutely nothing. It's going to disappear in just a moment, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very different to just singing in my room and then sending it off to Starkey. I've got a lot more pressure tonight.
Well, listen, good luck to all three of you. We cannot wait to do this. It's such an exciting night. I'm absolutely delighted to have you with us. And yeah, go to it.
We're doing it. Let's go.
So this was one of the artists who put forward a sample for tonight's show, one of Starkey's favourites too. His name is Rudy Zygadlo, based up in Glasgow. This is an original demo version of a track from his new album, Great Western Layman. It's called Missa per Brevis. And he gave it to us exclusively for tonight's show. So I think it's high time we had a listen to some of the samples that Starkey's dealing with tonight, shall we? Some of the material that he has to work with up at the BBC's Maida Vale studios.
Hello, Marianne Hobbs. It's Chris Moyles here. The reason I've chosen my two words for this mix is because I think that it'll be definitely used, and my ego's that big. If I'm recording this, I want to be in it. So I've said stop for when the music has to stop, and then go for when it starts again. I hope it's of some use. Go. Stop. Stop it.
Hello, Marianne. This is Greg James from Afternoons 1 till 4 on Radio 1. I miss you in the early mornings. Well, no, I mean, you miss me in the early... Hopefully you miss me in the early mornings. Have a lovely Christmas, and I thought I would give you one of my favourite bits of audio that I found all year. It's Elaine Page, Unable to Stop Laughing, and I'm sure you can use some of this.
Why is that funny?
Just the way I said it. Who celebrates?
Hi, Marianne Hobbs. It's Grimmy here. The sound I want to donate to Starkey to work with is the sound of Karen O shouting off repeatedly off one of my favourite records, Heads Will Roll, from the year. Hope you enjoy it.
What's going on, Marianne? Is Mike Davis on the world-famous BBC Radio 1 punk rock show. Where have you been all my life? You don't write, you don't call, you don't email, you don't text, you don't even fax me. Get in touch soon. I got a little sound effect for you. I heard you guys are doing something special on your show, and I thought you'd appreciate this because you are a huge bike fan just like me. This is the sound of my Triumph Bonneville, and it's mean, nasty exhaust. I hope it works for you.
Ms. Beats on BBC Radio 1 Experimental tonight. The track is titled My World. You can find it on Mala's label Deep Medi Music. One of my favourite young female players in the game right now. So I have to say, maximum respect and massive thanks to all the BBC Radio 1 presenters who offered up samples for this very show. They really got the bit between their teeth on this one.
Hello, Marianne Hobbs. It's Chris Moyles here. The reason I...
Oh, we've heard from Chris already. Hang on a sec. We don't want to hear Chris Moyles again, do we?
Hi, Marianne. Judge Jules here with my contribution to that big, juicy arsenal of samples to put together. Well, I'm going to go for this big, juicy air raid siren because when you drop it on the dance floor, it's like the bombs are falling down on you.
Hello, it's Edith Bowman here. Now, I have a sample for you to use. Various people have done different things. They've used their own voices or sounds from their bodies. I've gone with a clip from one of my favourite films. So here's my sample for Mr. Starkey to incorporate into his track. This is from Anchorman.
I'm in a glass case of emotion. Hey, it's Mr. Jam here. You know him from the advert. I think that he would sound amazing in a Starkey beat. Simples. Doesn't really need any more explaining, does it?
Hey, Marianne Hobbs, it's Hugh Stevens here from the Wednesday night shows on Radio 1 for your incredibly exciting project for 2010. I would like to contribute a horse sound effect. Horses are very dear and close to my heart for no apparent reason other than I like the way they sound. So, for your huge project for 2010, and I can't wait to hear it, Marianne Hobbs, I give you this.
And you know what? We've heard that the horses are causing terrible problems. They are wreaking havoc with Starkey up at the BBC's Maida Vale studios tonight. I'm going to be chatting to him very shortly. We'll find out how he's getting on with this incredible feat tonight. This, in the meantime, the devastating Bar 9 refix of a brand new track built by Paul Harris and sampling Annie Lennox. It's due to drop very shortly on the CR2 label, and it's titled I Want You. Bar 9 mixing for us on February the 10th. So we're just kind of ducking in on Starkey for a second here, figuring out what he's up to.
Are you hearing that?
Yeah, you know what? I just thought we'd sneak in there and just, have a just a tiny window on what you're doing over in the BBC's Maida Vale studios tonight. I mean, this is
It's absolute chaos right now.
This is such a feat, Starkey, for anyone to attempt a brand new track in the space of 2 hours. It's crazy. You do know that, don't you?
Yes, it's a renegade session right now. We're like, do it. Go. You have the idea? Go.
So have you got anything together whatsoever at this point, or is it way too early to say? I mean, we're 31 minutes into the show.
I can play you a loop.
Come on.
Yeah, check this out. I also have used a horse, by the way.
You have used the horse. I hear that was causing terrible problems. Didn't you need a blacksmith in here or something?
I wanted to use the horse. Here's a loop that we got. Here we go.
Okay.
Improvisation.
Oh wow, I hear one of the samples loud and clear in there.
There's about 12 of them right there. That laughing? One of the things that Jamie Vex sent in is in here. This. Pretty much everything I'm using. I've got the dev's voice here. I've got this little bit here. Whoops. This little bit from I called this cool pulse sound. Someone sent in that I just messed with, and there's a lot of stuff going on already.
Fantastic. All right, well, less than 90 minutes to go. Is it looking good for Moyles tomorrow morning, do you think?
I hope so.
Oh, me too. Okay, get to it. We'll leave you to it. We'll be back in, 20 minutes? Is that cool?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Nice one.
All right, thanks.
Trust me, it's going to be complete pandemonium all the way to 4 o'clock this morning. Hayatale and Short Stuff next. This track is titled Don't Sleep. A dazzling collaboration upcoming on Peverlist's Bristol-based label Punch Drunk Recordings. it's Marianne Hobbs, the future sound of electronic music, all the way live on BBC Radio 1 every Wednesday night into Thursday morning, 2 till 4 a.m. And trust me, this is going to be the messiest and most hectic show that we're going to do all year, I think. Tonight we're live up at the BBC's Maida Vale studios, and if you've just joined us, you need to know that you are listening to Building the Beat. Producer Starkey has flown in all the way from Philadelphia to create a brand new track from a standing start over the 2-hour duration of the show. And I tell you what, no matter how far advanced production software and technology may be in 2010, that's still a pretty tall order. Up in the studio tonight, he has with him Annika on vocals and Rezo helping out on percussion. Rezo, of course, best known in these parts for his heart-stopping dubstep beats, and I think it's only right and proper that we play a track from him next. This is one lifted from his new EP, Tremjin, which you can find on the Civil Music label, and it's titled Octocon. sounds of Rezo, in charge of percussion tonight up at the BBC's Maida Vale studios. The track is titled Artacon. Check him at myspace.com/Core Grimy. Okay, I think it's time we check a few more samples, don't you? We had some fantastic contributions from some of our favourite artists, from Pudge, Rafferty, Rudy Zygadlo, Toki Monster sent in a couple, Vaccine sent in 5, and Sunken Foal hold the record at 22 samples. Here's a flavour of what Starkey's got to work with tonight.
Building the beat. Marian Hobbs on Radio 1. The future sound of electronic music.
And this comes to us tonight, brand new and exclusive from Untold. An absolutely glorious collaboration with LV. Mount Kimby on the remix here. The track is titled Beacon. Forthcoming very shortly on Untold's own label, Hemlock Recordings. Hit me up on Twitter if you listen to the show. I would love to hear from you. Twitter.com/Marianne Hobbs. Isn't that gorgeous? Untold and LV Beacon. Awaken is the title of the beats. We needed to play something soothing to pacify Starkey, to calm his shattered nerves. Mount Kimby on the remix here. So big shout out to all the listeners, all my wonderful people who contributed samples for tonight's extravaganza up at the BBC's Maida Vale studios. Special shout out to James Dring, to Nils Noblick, to Wes Demlow, NJ Clayton, to Bocon, to Tano, to DJ Soups and to Steve out in Northampton. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have a little collection here of some of your work, gentlemen.
Intuitive improvisation. It's the secret of genius.
Life is bigger.
Do you know what?
Talking to that?
If I was Starkey, I would be bricking it right now.
Proper introduction, fluctuating the vocalization at warp speed. He style with this style of rhythm produce loose. Little bit cure, sure to receive screens of encores for iPlast tour pleasure. In the form of freestyle, on foul with a 9-pound, etc. Measured all contents against the best concoction of catchy phrases. The outcome is that mine is ageless and yours is senseless. Kids from the UK to LA, throw French kisses at me. Bahama DD, epitome of MC. Shalom. So high. Melodic, logic, ties, limericks to raw forms who form new forms of mood for you to root on into millennium. Live swing like pendulum, pure soul maximum. You got me high, plus high for the next era. Proper introduction, fluctuating the vocalization at warp speed. Style with this child of rhythm produce loose. Little bit cure, sure to receive screens of encores for iPlast tour pleasure. In the form of freestyle, on foul with a 9-pound, etc. Measured all contents against the best concoction of catchy phrases. The outcome is that mine is ageless and yours is senseless. Kids from the UK to LA, throw French kisses at me. Bahama DD, epitome of MC. Melodic, logic, ties, limericks to raw forms who form new forms of mood for you to on into millennium. Live swing like pendulum, pure soul maximum. You got me high, plus high for the next era. Proper introduction, fluctuating the vocalization at warp speed. Style with this child of rhythm produce loose. Little bit cure, sure to receive screens of encores for iPlast tour pleasure. In the form of freestyle, on foul with a 9-pound, etc. Measured all contents against the best concoction of catchy phrases. The outcome is that mine is ageless and yours is senseless. Kids from the UK to LA, throw French kisses at me. Bahama DD, epitome of MC. swing like pendulum. Your soul maximum. You got me high, plus hype for the next era. Proper introduction, fluctuating the vocalization at warp speed. Style with this style of rhythm produce loose. Little pure, sure to receive screens of encores for eye tour pleasure. In the form of freestyle on foul for the 9-pound, etc. Measured all contents against the best concoction of catchy phrases. The outcome is that mine is ageless and yours is senseless. Kids from the UK to LA, throw French kisses at me. Bahama DD, epitome of MC.
Ronnie Sizen represents. New Forms is the title of that track. Absolutely incredible, 13 years old and still sounds so fresh. And there is a very, very specific reason for playing that on the show tonight. Of course, it's BBC Radio 1. You're locked on the Experimental Show with me, Marianne Hobbs. We're rolling live from the BBC's Maida Vale studios till 4 o'clock this morning. And if you have just joined us tonight, you need to know you're listening to our Building the Beat special. Starkey racing against a 2-hour clock to build a brand new tune from scratch with vocalist Annika and percussionist Rezo in the studio tonight. And I got to tell you, it was actually Ronnie Size who first dreamed up this wild idea. And some 10 years ago, he came into Radio 1 with Crust and Dynamite MC, and he built a brand new tune from scratch. And this was, of course, a few years before the digital age, so we had people calling in from phone boxes, you know, playing their instruments to Ronnie, faxing lyrics through to the studio for Dynamite MC to boss on the mic. It was such an exciting night, and people who heard that show still talk to me about it to this day, and it's literally about 10 years ago. The track Ronnie made was called Red Planet. And one of the people who heard Ronnie's show was Steve Mason of the Beta Band, and they were so inspired that they asked if they could have a go at the same thing too, and it's exactly what they did for us. But you know how it is. Times change. Ronnie had 4 hours to do this. The Beta Band had just 3 hours, and tonight, Starkey's got only 2. And I'm looking at the clock right now. It's telling me 66 minutes or thereabouts. I think we should catch up with him, and we'll do it right after this. This is Steve Mason with a glorious tune titled All Come Down.
Does it all come down to me when I left you on the summer leaves? Does it all come down to me when I left you on the summer leaves? Does it all come down? Does it all come down? Does it all come down to me? So low, do I feel so low today? Like an old man style, like an old man style, just for a while, just for a while, just for a Can you fit through this? Can you fit through this? I'll guide you in the road I see, in the road I see beside me, just for a while, just for a while. Does it all come down to me when I left you on the summer leaves?
Steve Mason in session exclusively on this show in March. He's done it all before. And he said he could never do it again, you know. Starkey, are you still alive?
Yeah.
How much hair have you lost?
This is intense.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's fun though. I'm actually doing things right now while you're talking to me. That's how intense it is.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, you said fun through totally gritted teeth at that moment there, didn't you? I could see it. I got Pete Tong for you as a latecomer. Do you want to hear this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This is the mighty Starkey with a Marianne Hobbs special.
You like that?
Yeah.
You're not convinced, I can tell.
No, I like it.
You're distracted enormously at this point. Do you want me to leave you?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Do you want to hear something?
Yeah, come on. What can you play me?
Yeah, I'll just play a little snippet. We did some vocals. I can't believe we're actually doing vocals and stuff, but check this out. Yeah.
Wow, that is highly sophisticated considering you've done it in 61 minutes.
I think I keep saying like it's funny because people are like watching me and I'm usually like in my studio dancing and kind of moving around by myself. But now I've got like cameras and a bunch of people around me and other people collaborating with like ideas. So it's great.
Yeah. I should mention as well, we're filming all of this for YouTube, so if you feel like you're missing out not being here live at Maida Vale tonight, don't worry, because we're going to hike it up on air really soon. You can check it at youtube.com/Marianne Hobbs TV. So I guess I better leave you to it. It's like 59, 58 minutes to go. Are we going to make it? Have we got a prayer?
We're going to do it.
Okay. I have every confidence. The girl you just heard singing is called Annika, and she's come all the way from Brighton to do this tonight. She's standing shoulder to shoulder at the BBC's Maida Vale studio with Starkey. And she's also been working with one of our favourite young producers up in Camden Town. His name is Blue Daisy. This is how she sounds in full flight. Blood, petals, and roses. So big up all the Twitter crew, locked and absolutely loving it tonight. We got Droka with us, James Black, Blue Daisy, Mikhail Medley, and NJK4. We got Sarah Surefire, Rob Booth, Jacob Freets, and Jamal Ahmed. It's great to have you with us. Marianne Hobbs, BBC Radio 1 Experimental, rolling all the way live till 4 o'clock this morning from the BBC's chaotic Maida Vale studios. I gotta say, there are banks and banks of humming machinery, wires, cameras, microphones and audio equipment absolutely everywhere. As I said to you earlier, this is going to be one of the messiest shows that I've put together all year. So you're going to have to forgive me all the bangs and crashes and scrapes and mistakes and just bare chaos. This is one of my favourite new dubs of the season. Mosca built the beat. We've just confirmed him for a mix on the show on the 3rd of February. This is Greener's remix of his track Square One. I just quickly turn the phone on, everyone's tweeting, going, yes! Oh, I wish you could see the scene in the studio tonight. Rezo's bent over a grand piano, looking gravely serious. There's literally sweat dripping off Starkey's chin right now. Andy Rogers, our brilliant BBC engineer, is looking extremely concerned. I'm not certain whether or not they're going to make this deadline seriously. We've just been informed by our exec producer not to interrupt at any cost at this juncture.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's main event. Stand up to my floor,
Building the beat for Marian Hobbs on BBC Radio 1.
Well, I was hoping to have a little chat with Starkey at this point, but we've been told to stay out of his face right now. Tension mounts. We have 46 minutes left. Can he create a brand new track from scratch within that remaining time? listening to me brand new from D-Bridge this week. One of a huge zip full of wonderful music. Sister to the Beat. Peach Fuzz is the title of this one. You can find it on D-Bridge's own label Exit Recordings, and he will be putting together an exclusive Exit showcase for us very shortly. All the details of our upcoming guests listed up at myspace.com/Marianne Hobbs. So my gorgeous producer Xanthe has just informed me that Starkey's finished tune, in whatever condition it takes, will be downloadable from the Radio 1 website this week. bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. And of course, you can grab a rewind if you enjoyed tonight's show. It's up online for the next 7 days, as indeed are all the specialist shows. The atmosphere absolutely sweltering up at Maida Vale tonight. It's always such a joy to be in this place. All the greats have played here, you know. Jimi Hendrix, Bob Marley, Led Zeppelin have all passed through these four hallowed walls over in West London. And tonight, it's me and Starkey and Rezo and Annika. Let's see what we can turn up in the next 40 minutes.
Marianne Hobbs, the sound of the future. Turn you on like computer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And to New York City next.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This the sound of Faulty DL.
Oh yeah.
One of the tracks lifted from his new 12-inch for the Rush Hour label. St. Mark's is the title. Do you think I dare to go and butt in now? I'm kind of quite nervous. Things are so intense down at Maida Vale tonight. I tell you what, I'll drop this genius tune and I'll see if young Starkey is up for a quick 2-minute chat. I don't know, what do you think, Santi? He looks incredibly preoccupied, very, very serious at this point. But I'll see what I can do. This, absolutely glorious. It's brand new from Genius. Ultra Funkular is the title. Starkey, that sounded like a moan.
It is. We're almost there.
Really?
Yeah, we only have 20 minutes.
Absolutely.
We have to play this track.
Of course.
So we're getting there.
Yeah. You want me to go away?
Yeah.
You can say clear off, leave me alone. I can't deal with this right now if you want to.
Yes. Let's just stop talking right now. All right. Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Cool.
Bless him. You know, this is seriously such a high pressure production. The boy's just flown in from Philly too, so you know his jet lag must be punishing at this point. He's right though. I mean, looking at the clock, we've got 32 minutes, but of course we've actually got to play the tune, have a chat. So we're looking at around about 20 tops really to finish this thing. He's very, very polite, you know, but I can tell that he's feeling the burn right now. This is the sound of 19-year-old Shlomo from Los Angeles. He's going to be mixing on the show in just a couple of weeks' time. This track is titled Tomato Squeeze. Oh my days, I can hardly bear to look through the glass at the studio at Maida Vale. There are heads in hands. Starkey, racing against the clock now. If you've just joined us tonight, you need to know he's been building a brand new beat since 2 o'clock this morning. We want that tune to be good enough for Chris Moyles and the Radio 1 Breakfast Show and his 11 million listeners tomorrow morning. He's got, in real terms, about 20 minutes to finish tonight. We have St John's Ambulance standing by. Okay, let's play something to just drop the mood back a couple of gears. This is brand new from Pangea. From a brand new release on the Hessel Audio label. Pangea to the Beats. Sunset Yellow is the title, and I think, if I'm able to interrupt, I've got Annika on a mic just a couple of metres away. How's it going?
Yeah, it's good. Starkey's pretty intense right now. Rezo and I have been having to just do pretty much 1 or 2 takes and then take that as it. So it's working very fast because we haven't got much time left. But
Yeah.
it's sounding quite good, actually.
Absolutely. Are you happy with your vocal part?
Yeah, I think it's all right. I mean, obviously, I'd normally take a few more takes, but we don't have the time right now. But no, it's sounding fine, and Rezo's stuff's sounding really good as well.
Oh, that's great. Do you think you're going to make it? I mean, there's literally, 15 minutes to go?
Well, Starkey keeps shouting out how much time do we have because he's desperately clicking away at his laptop, but I think he'll get there.
Yeah.
He's a pro.
Is his hair falling out yet?
Well, I can't see. It's under cap, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Great. Okay, well, listen, go to it. We're all
Cheers.
gunning for you. It's going to be amazing. We can't wait to hear the
I
finished
hope so.
results.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye. Oh, it's too much to bear, isn't it? in collaboration with Nole. The track is titled Killer Sounds. It's forthcoming on his own Bingo bass label. And you know what? I've got an absolutely killer Wake Up Dev tune tonight, but I'm going to have to play it a little bit early because I don't think we're going to get to him, you know. Oh, the tension is just unbearable up at the BBC's Maid of Vale studios right now. There's like a couple of semicircles deep of people just standing around, staring intently at Starkey, the colour draining out of their face. Anyway, this is the one that I had planned for Dev. It's brand new from N-Type, and it's upcoming on Walsh's new label, Biscuit Factory Recordings. The label is called Biscuit Factory because N-Type's larder is so plentifully stocked, apparently. You can find everything in there. Hobnobs, custard creams, bourbon biscuits, jammy dodgers, the whole lot. This track is titled Simples. It's exclusive to us tonight. The track is titled Simples. It's upcoming on Walsh's label Biscuit Factory Recordings. Walsh showcasing his wares on the show in just a couple of weeks' time. So I tell you what, I've got absolutely no idea at all what's going to happen next. I'm kind of glancing in the general direction of the workplace. Starkey, Annika and Rezo completely ignoring me. I think I better just tell you that Starkey's album is called Eardrums and Black Holes. It's due out in April on the Planet Mu label. Annika is featured on that record. April the 12th it drops, to be precise. Rezo has a new EP out on the Civil Music label Tremjin. Annika also has a wonderful collaboration upcoming with Blue Daisy on the Black Acre label. Collaborations with Fella and with Vexed also. You can check all three of them at these web addresses: myspace.com/Starkey, /Annika Music, and /Core Grimy for Rezo. They're all up in my top friends at MySpace too. The track, if indeed it is ever finished tonight, will be downloadable from the BBC Radio 1 website this week, bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. And of course, you can grab a rewind anytime you like at that same address. There'll be a film up there too, in just a couple of days. Let's head out to Manchester next. One from the Scam Massive. Akira Okuda, recording for the Scam label. That track is titled Spiral Ramp, and you can find it on his album Saturation Point. Okay, we really are in the Last Chance Saloon right now. Apparently Starkey is bouncing down the track as we speak. There's only 8 minutes of the show left. Out to Manchester, Illumsphere, Psycho. Illumsphere, the track is titled Psycho. Starkey, we have got 6 minutes left of the show. What do you got for me?
We've got a 4-minute long track.
Oh, bless you. I could kiss you.
I could kiss Annika and Rezo right now.
How was the whole experience for you?
I'm shaking, and I'm talking really high-pitched right now. I'm literally shaking. We just bounced the track.
Wow. Have you got a name for it?
Moments of Mine.
Moments of Mine, I like that. We got W9 Pressure over here as a title.
Okay.
Yeah, but maybe we should let the listeners decide.
All right, here we go. Are we going to play it now?
Let's do it.
This is the mighty
Starkey, Rezo,
and Annika
for Marianne Hobbs.
Intuitive improvisation. The secret of genius.
Cold like diamonds, bread on cold gloves. Not to cling on, but to hold fast. with your escape.
Stop.
Taking my time from under my feet. These moments are mine. With your escape.
Stop.
Taking my time from under my feet. These moments are mine.
Go.
On with your escape.
Stop.
Taking my time from under my feet. These moments are mine.
Live in a glass case of emotion. Stop it.
That is absolutely spectacular, and you're right, it's got to be Moments of Mine. Many congratulations to Starkey, to Rezo, to Annika. We love you so much. Thank you.
That was an amazing experience.
Oh, thank you so much. If you want to hear this show again, it's up online all week, bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. You're going to be able to download the track Moments of Mine from the website this week. And of course, we filmed this entire extravaganza up at the BBC's Maida Vale studio. That too online at the Radio 1 website and youtube.com/Mary-Ann Hobbs TV. Massive thanks to everybody involved in the show tonight. Right now, it's time to hand you back to Dev over at Yolding.